crowd has been well entertained here at Kelana Jaya Stadium, where the Rugby Sevens is being held over 2 days of the 29th SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur. In the background you can hear some of that music, and the crowd's been enthusiastic, waiting for the next stages, the final stages of the competition. All the preliminary matches have been played in fine weather, warm. There's been a lot of sweat lost from the players in the early 30 degrees that we've had here, but it's been calm and dry, and we've been treated to some wonderful displays of individual and team talent. Coming up, we have in the men's competition the playoffs for 5th and 6th, and then the bronze medal match. And then we'll have the bronze medal match for the women and the 2 gold medal games. In both of those finals, the team from Singapore, in the women's it's against Thailand, and in the men's against Malaysia, the host nation. Been some very tense matches earlier today, some high-scoring games as the teams responded or reacted to not doing their best earlier in the day. But we have seen, and this crowd has been treated to some outstanding performances. You can see there how close it was in the men's competition. The points difference actually determined which of the teams has gone through to the final, and it was very close, even at the top, just 2 points the difference in the points differential. So 3 teams finishing with 13 points, and the teams at the top there will go through to the final. Interestingly, 2 years ago in Singapore, it was Philippines against Malaysia in the final. Well, we've got a wee way to go before we reach that situation here in Kuala Lumpur. The Indonesian team, which was on the receiving end of a big loss to Malaysia by 75 points to 0, will be up against Cambodia, themselves receiving 70 points against them. Neither of these 2 teams scored a victory or scored a point in their second game, their last games today. So now these 2 evenly matched sides will come up against each other. Indonesia against Cambodia.
Malaysia, are you ready? Okay, di sebelah sana, are you ready?
We're into the final stages now of the Rugby Sevens in Kuala Lumpur. We're in the playoffs. First up, it's the 5th and 7th teams playing for 5th and 6th. That's Indonesia and Cambodia in the men. Both of them on the receiving end of big points losses, as the teams they were playing against were desperately trying to get as many points as they could, because they knew that it was going to come down to points differential. So sadly for these 2 sides, they copped a fair pounding earlier today. We'll see how they respond to that. Cambodia and Indonesia. We're underway in the match between Cambodia and Indonesia. It's a playoff for 5th and 6th positions in this men's competition. 2 days, these players have taken a severe physical punishment. They've been pushed to the physical boundaries in the heat here. Some very vigorous tackling, lots of running, and there'll be some bruises to be attended to tonight.
Knock on first. Ready to us? Scrum all in now. Scrum. Mark here. Okay, from crouch.
Indonesia in the red. Defending now is Cambodia. Look to get the first points on the board. They have a good opportunity here. A nice long pass which does give the winger some space, and he's jinky, and he has got an offload away. Pass back in field, didn't quite find its target. And they don't score, they'll cross over the line, but they'll come back for that penalty. So a good start, a vigorous start there from Cambodia. Oh, very, very tricky running. Not quite finding the pass. The idea was right, but it wasn't accurate. It stays alive though. Cambodia, there's a half gap there, almost an intercept, and defensive penalty to Indonesia. They're going to run it from their own line. All those tackles have to be made. You can't just put a hand on a player and hope that he'll pass it. And Indonesia break now. From way out towards their own goal line, 100 metres further down the track. They have the ball placed down underneath the goalposts by the man who's had that torn 10 on his shirt all day, Nanda Septian. So try by him, and it's Indonesia in front by 7-0.
Water clock. 10 meter.
3 minutes gone in this playoff for 5th and 6th positions in the men's competition at the Rugby Sevens. This is a different angle for us to look at. It's quite good just to be able to see that ball coming down to its target. The player was pushed out of the road before he even got a hand to it.
10 meter.
Cambodia through Vanak Viriak on the double around, and then showing a lot of pace. Did well to get that pass away to his right. Another good pass, and on the 22, Cambodia retaining possession. Big charge up the middle, and a big man this. He's making the most of it. Down by 7-0. And there's a penalty which Cambodia will take quickly. They do. If they can spread it wide, they might be in. They will be in. Quick thinking. And Mohamed Yaakob gets to the line to score a rare try for Cambodia at this competition.
Up.
Sorry, Dara is the man who's just scored for Cambodia. Dara. So can we make it 7-all? Oh, not quite. Just out to the right hand side. So 7 points to 5. Indonesia leading Cambodia. We'd like to see him with a bit more space because he's very, very quick over a short distance at least. And now they'll have the restart, Cambodia, through Norn Vanara. Oh, that does not look good. I think he's got some taping around the top of his leg. Perhaps a dodgy hamstring. He's you can see him that it's not comfortable, is it? Just saying, oh, maybe I shouldn't have even started this game.
Yes, play on.
Johannes Mema, I think, was the man who's gone in there. Nice high take. That was well controlled. Although they're on the back foot, they do have possession. And it must have gone forward, and it's sometimes difficult to tell when the player has his and is facing his own goal line when he turns around and fires the pass. Cambodia, nice opportunity for them. Van Youth puts it in quickly out to his right, along the ground it goes, putting pressure on his outsides. There's the strength there of Vanak. Offload, which finds Sophorn. Back they bring it to the left. Big man offloads again to another big man, Butu. And he's going to push his way, barge his way up. The Indonesian defence being asked all sorts of questions here. Oh, a little dab on the short side would have been ideal if it had been done quickly, but it wasn't. There's a space, there's a double around. Communication needs to be a bit better from Cambodia. They're picking the wrong options. And eventually they have coughed up the ball, but will get the penalty. This will be taken quickly. We need to watch here. What's happening? Oh, a dive and a spread. It'll be spread eagles. The defence plows between the two, and it's Sophorn who gets in for the second try for Cambodia, and they hit the front right on half-time. So two fairly evenly matched teams will see the penalty taken quickly, and then right in between them, hitting them amidships, just relying on his momentum to carry him over the target. And it's 12 points to 7.
Kita masuknya 3 menit ini bikin. Bisa. Indonesia. Ini dong.
Time break is very short, it seems, when they've been playing for 2 days and they've all played. This will be the 6th game, I think it is, for these two teams. They had a bit of recovery between their previous match and this. It was a good 45-minute break in proceedings, as the players were given an opportunity to get as ready as possible for the next phase. A restart now. First half is gone. Cambodia controlling it from the restart quite well. 7-12. Indonesia trailing Cambodia. Indonesia playing from our right. Mohamed Rafaldi controlling things from the first receiver position. And here's the speed of this man who scored the early try. Oh, that's absolutely outstanding. Nanda in for his second, and he didn't have much room. You see the sideline appear here, and he had two players to beat, and he beat them with pace, determination. Very good try indeed. So now we're back to level pegging, and the conversion is still to come. Points all. It's the playoff for 5th and 6th on the Rugby Sevens SEA Games, the 29th edition. Just a wee hop, so he pushed off one, outpaced him. Another came at him, too strong for him and too fast as well. Cambodia now with the ball. Level peggings at 12 all. Ooh, he might get isolated there. He took on the defence. 4 of them on the ground. So there must be some opportunities out wide for Cambodia. And it's taking a long time and a lot of manpower to wrestle the attacker to the ground. The red defence is well mustered. And relying quite a bit on the big drive of their powerful men, their sizable men. That's excellent work from the Indonesian player to get through and ruin the ball, ruin the possession for the opposition, as Mohamed Rafaldi. Sopa. Silvanrado. He's a hard man to bring down, the big number 5. Well, the Indonesian players are right in the faces of Cambodia, forcing them to go backwards and forcing them to make mistakes. Now they have it. Big collision in midfield, but the Indonesian players were offside. I'll just leave the ball there. You can come and get it, he says. 12 all, playoff for 5th and 6th. Van Youth. For some heavy tackles. Trying to build up some momentum, but really wasted players running off either side, dummy runners, but not creating any problem for the Indonesian defence, but this man does. This is Silvanrado again. That's so powerful, but losing control of the ball. That shouldn't have happened. He'd done all the hard work. Christopher. Ball goes in, quickly healed. Long gap between the first receiver and the midfielder. He jinks his way out of one and offloads nicely. Players to his left. Oh, the pass wasn't good enough, and unable to hold it and carry on was Buldan.
5, 5, number 5. Okay. Let's go.
These two teams coming to the completion of their participation at these SEA Games 2017.
Get close. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Putting on pace and also testing the defence once more. In centre field, that's the halfway line, you can see. Buthi reaching in for it, spreading it wide. Ratana.
Release the girl, number 10. Number 10. Yep. Rod.
Ball is there and available for Vanak. Oh, they've lost all that ground they made. Nice work though from Vanara. And he's quite quick. Oh, did he step out? No, the touch judge keeps his flag down. One to beat. Excellent cover defence or work by the sweeper at the back. The player who covers one side to the other. In case of just such breakaways as we saw then. Still the chance though for Cambodia. It's 12 all into the last minute. They have possession, that's the key. Good pass, the defence being asked the question again, and it doesn't come up with the right answer. Dara, with 30 seconds to go, has put Cambodia ahead of Indonesia. Here's the pass. He still had some work to do here. A high effort in defence. And Asmuri couldn't stop him. So it's now 17-12, and in the background you probably heard that hooter go. We've just come up to 7 minutes on the clock on the screen here. So will the whistle blow for the final time after this, or will there be an opportunity for Indonesia to score an equalising try? That looks like quite a good kick too, but no, just out to the left. And that is it. Cambodia have come out on top in the battle between the two bottom teams for 5th and 6th place. Cambodia has beaten Indonesia by 17 points to 12. Good. Next up we have the bronze medal match for men between Thailand and Philippines, and there'll be a bit of feeling in this match. And I say that because they were both teams which played exceptionally well at times and were desperately unlucky not to get through, particularly Thailand. They beat Philippines by 31-14 earlier in the day, but they missed out on the gold medal match by just 2 points in the points differential. Philippines, the defending champions, they won that by beating Malaysia in the final 2 years ago in Singapore by 24-7. That ended up Philippines gold, Malaysia silver, and Singapore bronze. In view there in their blue shirts. Philippines and Thailand. This is bound to be a thriller. Well, it has the potential to be. Sometimes when the pressure's gone off and there's not quite so much to play for, and the players relax a little bit, and sometimes the skill level drops as well. It may be that they're using some of the players who didn't start the previous games, but by the looks of that, no, we're at full strength. These two combinations, Thailand and Philippines, playing off for the bronze medal. Thailand looked pretty good when they met Philippines earlier in the day. No, that's not Frano Michael Botica there, but he's around somewhere. They've got quite a strong coaching bench with the likes of Botica, Dave Johnson. Here we go, ready to start. Philippines playing from our left in the blue. Rupert Zapia, quite distinguishable. Oh, Philippines defense almost caught napping. Thailand looking to carry on from where they left off earlier in the day. They'll be smarting a little bit at not getting through to the final. They played well enough to feel as though they warranted it, to deserve that spot, but in the end finishing 2 points out of it. The same win-loss ratio or win-loss record as the two finalists, but their points differential was not quite as good as those two, but only by a couple of points. This is Klin, who's down. Alexander Sompong, number 6. Might just see how he got hurt here, just in the tackle. Yeah, it could have happened anywhere, couldn't it? Knee to the head, that little kick for the ball. I've popped him on the ankle. There's plenty of ways to get injured in rugby. Eventually, Philippines claim their own line-out ball. Zapia takes it up. Haven't seen much of this man. This is Vince Young. Seen a lot of Justin Coveney though. He concedes a penalty, not releasing the ball. Scrappy start to the game. Another injury. Some of these players really will be gagging for a break, for some recovery time. It is very, very hard out there. Some of them have taken some heavy blows, but have just kept going because they have to. And eventually the body starts to tell them that it's time to stop. But they'll all see this through. It's not the gold medal they're chasing, but it is the bronze. Curran gets the ball ripped away from him as Young has support to the 10-metre mark. Go Philippines, and the Thai players a little bit slow to get back, and they need to be aware that every defender will be needed. Some of them are just struggling a wee bit. That's nice work. On the inside he goes, pulled it very well. Wutakon is in. The first points are scored in this bronze medal match, and it's for Thailand. communication where he called, said, "I'm coming on the inside." Turned it in nicely. It's a great start for Thailand, 7-0.
Let's go, please.
Another man we need to, the Philippines will need to keep an eye on. That's Warangkorn, the number 10, who just restarted the match there and has the ball now. Very alert player, has got lots of speed. A little speed here as well. Trot back infield to the 22. The tackle wasn't made. That's slack defence by Philippines. And Laksanasompong is in for try number 2 for Thailand, and they now lead by 12, likely to be 14-0. Good accurate hard pass. Same with that on the step. 3 players there. Madrona went high, couldn't stop him. Left foot conversion by Warangkorn.
Let's go! Dig it to me! Dig it to me!
Stop me if you can. And he takes some stopping. Chris Hitch. Coveney slips it back. On the ground there was Kuchia. They still have it. Coveney couldn't control it. Knocked on. 5 minutes 45 gone in the first half.
Time on the mark. Okay. Number 2, dangerous, penalty. Wait. So 10 here. Dangerous tackle, time on.
High tackle the call. I've seen a lot of this, not a lot of high tackles, but a fantastic consistency within the officials to make sure that there are no occasions of high tackles being left unpunished.
Tackle! 6 up! Tackle! Release!
There was an opportunity here for Philippines. The last pass was a little bit of a lob, but there's still an opportunity. How did he spin out of that tackle? Heaven knows. He gets the pass away as well. And in goes the Philippines, Chris Hitch, for their first points. This is the team which won this last year, 2 years ago. Hitch and Young and Coveney are a couple of 3 of the survivors of that team. Good way to finish the first half for Philippines, down now by just 14-7. And it was outstanding work by probably the smallest man in this Philippines team to twist and turn his way out of tackles long enough to be able to free the ball up and allow the try to be scored. Half-time break now, 14-7. Thailand leading Philippines in the playoff for the bronze medal.
Those guys are fucked. The problem we're having is we're getting isolated. They're real good getting over the ball. So if someone's taking it in, make sure you're this fucking far away to him. So he takes it in, just wait, and then seal over the ball, recycle it. These guys are fucked. So it's really simple stuff we've got to do, but we've got to make sure that we do it clinically. Okay? We've got to make sure that...
ใจเย็นๆต้องคุยกับต้องตามกินพี่ขออ่อนต่อไปวันนี้ได้พักแล้วถูกไหมมาออกซิเจนแล้วหายใจลึก
เฮ้ยครึ่งหลังใส่ให้เต็มที่นะนะใส่ให้เต็มที่นะมันเราหมดมันก็หมดงั้นใส่ให้เต็มที่
มันแพ้แดด
เปลี่ยนเราดีกว่าตัวเปลี่ยนเราดีกว่าแล้วเล่นใส่ให้เต็มที่
เบอร์ 5ได้บอลถืออย่างเดียวเลยใช่ไหมเพราะฉะนั้นคนหนึงอะมาร์กไว้อีกที่เหลือมาร์กตัวที่แม่งสั้น
ปล่อยได้เลยอย่าคอย
แดนเราถ้ามันเล่นแดนเราไม่จะมีตัวสั้นถ้ามันเล่นแดนมันจะชนเองเพราะฉะนั้นแท็ก1จังหวะ2ที่เป็นลักมึงต้องขึ้นต่อ
1 3 second half 1 2 3 second half come on go get this fucking thing
ไม่มีอะไรง่ายถ้าเล่นกับบ้านน้องไม่มีอะไรง่ายถูกไหมไหวไหมไหวเล่นไปสามสี่ไป
Really get a real insight into what's being said there by coaches at halftime. They haven't got much time to discuss it and make a couple of points, reinforce it, and then leave it up to the players to go out and remember it if they can.
Let's get them going, please. Ready, Blur?
Thailand leading in this bronze medal playoff at the SEA Games 2017, the 29th edition of the SEA Games being played in Kuala Lumpur. It's 32 degrees out here, late in the afternoon or 10 past 4 local time. Philippines, the defending champions, this time playing for the bronze medal. And oh, he really is. This is the man we talked about just before half-time. Smallest man there, Madrona, who is able to jink his way around long enough to set up a try late in the piece for the Philippines. Most of the impact has been made by the big players running it straight at the Thai defence. Coveney close to the touch line, and eventually the ball just pops out.
Hold there, thanks, that's you. Stop.
Coveney runs it. Young has the ball now and sinks to the ground, clutching it. There's our little man out on the wing. He starts to cut back and track him. Ooh. He's there waiting for it, now gets it. Look at the jinking feet. Oh, good vision there, saw the attack coming at him, the tackler. Oh, and then the pass. Very poor. And he saw everything else, but couldn't quite see where his support player was. And the pass went nowhere. And Zapier was left ruining a situation. Here we see Spargo well held, and I think Wutakorn might have copped it in the nose, but here's the jinking feet again of Madrona. That was a big hit too. There's some powerful tackles going in. Yes, a knee to the face, and there's a bit of blood there on the face now of Wutakorn, who's scored one of the 2 tries which Thailand have scored so far in this match. They lead by 14-7.
No. Number 11, yellow card, dangerous tackle for Hobbs.
And to add to the injury, there's a yellow card for the tackle, which looked to just take the feet out of the player who was running. And so now Philippines down by 14-7, but having the advantage of 1 extra player on the field. referee urging them to take the player off so the game can continue.
4 and 5.
He's got to go off anyway because he's got a yellow card. He was the man who was running, was had his feet taken out from him by Whittacorn, and then the tackler with blood streaming from his nose, which may well be broken. Not only has the blood but also has a yellow card thrown his way. 14-7, Thailand leading Philippines. This is the second half and it's the playoff for the bronze medal, which looked to be going nicely Thailand's way, but now things have changed. Zapier to Hitch. Good muscling work at the breakdown by Thailand. There we are, those dazzling feet again. Madrona, but he's copped it up this time. Oh, this will be against the run of play. He's got to run it out. He's got to run it out. And he does. He was hounded all the way by Harrison Blake. And kept looking behind him as if to say, feeling as if he was going to catch him. But he did get to the line. I'm not sure what happened after he touched down, but that might be what the officials are talking about. So there we are, a Sinbin on a stretcher. That is adding insult to injury. Thailand down to 6 players, well 5 at the moment because the try scorer is also down on his knees. Rongkorn looking to add the 2. How does that look? Oh, a very good kick. The ball was just snapped up. Komchek just got there. Just. Is he back in the play yet? 1, 2, 3, 6 players there, so he must be, or has he been subbed? I'm not sure. Keep a track on that. The man who kicked the fine conversion has the ball again. Oh, they do it well. Thailand really do the restarts exceptionally well. Dummy runner going on the inside. Thailand still have the ball. Now it's out.
Line up, blue ball. There's the ball. You know better than that considering you've got the new laws. Open, please.
Less than 3 minutes to go, 21-7. Thailand leading Philippines. Short throw in. Straight to the player.
Line out or scrum. Line out or scrum. Scrum toes in. Off straight. Let's go, please. Make sure you bind on the hooker, props.
Players get tired. The accuracy deserts them sometimes. But there's pressure now on Philippines. They're down by 21-7. They've had that one-man advantage and they have conceded a try from that. Or they might concede another. They do. Oh, what's the touch judge suggesting? Did he get it down or did he bounce it?
So, I have a high tackle in active scoring. So the try stands and I will talk to the captain. Blue captain, please. That's 2 now. The next one will be Vince. Thank you. Try stands.
Try stands. It does. Let's see what else was going on in this. Oh, high tackle, I'd say. again, but he managed to get the ball down satisfactorily. And well, the way this man kicks, it might not be just a 5-pointer. It might well put the game out of reach. Not this time. So 26 points to 7. Thailand look to be getting the bronze medal here in the men's rugby sevens. Tarafat, number 9, goes into the game with just a minute remaining. Up to 7 players again. Oh, we've got one more replacement, maybe substitution. It's quite good that the squad will get a run, probably. Number 6 now leaving. That's Sompong.
Gentlemen on the side, number 5. Sort out the timing, please.
So this squad has played really well. They just missed out on getting into the playoff for gold and silver.
Right, time on.
They've looked very efficient. Good speed, excellent defence. They do all the basics very well. And so they certainly deserve to be getting the bronze medal, and the entire squad deserve to be in action now that this game has been won. 26 points to 7. Bullocking run again here by Hitch to the halfway.
Release. There you go.
I think this might be a personality clash here between the referee and Justin Coveney, who's still shaking his head. The penalty not taken from the exact spot. 7 minutes gone. Puta sounds. Thailand concede possession. Philippines looking to finish with a flourish, and they might too. Oh, again, another similar incident, but that was accidental. Jason Lynch is in there now. The ball's out of play, that will be it. And so the bronze medal in the men's rugby sevens at the 29th edition of the SEA Games has deservedly gone the way of the team from Thailand. 26 points to 7, the final score against the Philippines. Congratulations all round. The Philippines came in with high hopes, having won the tournament 2 years ago and doing some very good build-up work. But they were undone on day one by a couple of teams. They ended up with just a 2-2 record, and then were beaten in their last match before the bronze medal game, and they've been beaten again well and truly convincingly by Thailand, 26 points to 7. Congratulations Thailand, bronze medalists. So the two teams got to the final of the women's. Thailand and Singapore, that was, well, they got to the final, but on the way we have the women's bronze medal playoff. 3rd and 4th, Philippines. And the team from Malaysia. Home team, of course, and favoured to win this, but both these teams have played exceptionally well. They haven't got through to the gold medal match, but they've thrilled their fans. Both teams showing quite an improvement on what they produced 2 years ago at the Singapore 2015 28th SEA Games. The semi-finals, Thailand defeated the Philippines 26-0, and Singapore accounted for Malaysia by 22-0. Hence we have Malaysia and the Philippines playing off for third and fourth.
Get the ball back, Hila, get the ball back. Sylvia!
There's a vast audience of locals watching this. There's probably more pressure on the Malaysian coach than there is on his counterpart. Philippines in the blue to start. First task completed for Malaysia. Cleanly taking the kickoff down. Speed on the far right.
Malaysia! Malaysia, follow me! Philippines, follow me, okay?
Aziz,
2 meters.
number 2, out on the far side. And see he's wearing the yellow headgear as they do. Clearly it's sometimes quite difficult to distinguish between them. Even the colour of the boots makes it difficult. But their running style too, some of them look so familiar. And they're all quick and aggressive, and wait till we get into that physical contact area and you'll be surprised. Bad mistake.
Don't move, okay?
Player was going to the right and didn't expect the pass to come to her left. It went to the ground. Now the first scrum.
Boy! Set! Yes! Okay? It is scrum. Hooker, please shoot properly ball, okay? Come on, Hooker. Check your leg, check your leg, check your leg. Check your foot. Straight. Yep, then. Crouch. Bind. Set. Yes.
Oh, mistake there. We knock on as she started to play it, but gains the benefit. Malaysia running it wide and finding a brilliant gap. Sita Faranita. That's brought the crowd to life, and she's pumped. And this playoff for third and fourth, a bronze medal match, so important as Malaysia are dead set on winning the medal count at these games overall, and every medal counts. 5-0. Was the kick successful or not? But look at this, a nice step off the left foot to straighten her up for the posts. And was she wrapped? Look at that, punching the air. Players around her applauding, congratulating. 5-0 then, Malaysia lead. First step towards securing the bronze medal. The crowd exaggerating every offence that or mistake that Philippines make. They're letting them know about it.
Your move, okay, don't worry, okay, don't push up, okay? Just go, okay? Right, straight. I'm straight, right? Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Euphrasia, number 4. She's a halfback. Good speed. There's quite a wide open blind side there, as you can tell now. I wonder if she'll try and take advantage or exploit that. Her opponent will be aware of it. So the scrum now. Blind side going to the right. Oh no, the ball's kicked out to the left anyway. Look at that, what I talk about, taking the ball into the contact so physically. Hacked ahead by Christina Edris.
Forward pass. Forward pass by Malaysia. Scrum. Philippines.
Get an indication now of the relative scrums. These two played earlier in the day. They ended up at 5-all, so there's a bit to prove here. Oh, beautiful work. Sidestepped almost straight into the tackler, but she could hear the calls coming, that there was someone to help. Louise Bird is that woman. Sales looking for Helena Ind, and she scored a couple of very good tries in this tournament. A pick and go again by Philippines. Desperate defence from Malaysia. Knocked on, and a very promising attack is thwarted by an error just out from the 22. There it goes. Wasn't much she could do about that. There was a hand in there ripping at the ball. 7-0, Malaysia lead. First half almost completed. Which way has that penalty gone? It's gone to the Philippines. They won't be kicking it out. They'll want to have a go. Here it is. That's the 22 line. You can see that's a poor pass, which made it very difficult for the support player to get to it and haul it in. And so the first half comes to an end. A bit of an anticlimax there as the Philippines sensed that this was their opportunity to close the gap, or in fact even level the score, but they don't. They go to the break 7 points behind Malaysia in this playoff for the bronze medal.
Bring it in. Girls, listen up. Orang dapat kerja yang bagus. Well done. Sama lagi hard. Record jangan beritahu. Once lose ball, jangan tengok. You dive for the ball. Okay. Kalau dalam situation rap, saya tak nak dive. You go clear orang yang kat depan tu. Jangan bagi peluang pun. Okay. Whatever it is, girls, you're doing a good job now. Okay. You believe in this? Yes. Can we do this? Yes. Sit, girls. Well done. Nonoi tukar dengan that coming in Dayang masuk kok. Okey, boleh dah. Sekarang kita sikit wayang.
Just 7 minutes left in this game. Which of these two teams will win the bronze medal? Malaysia or Philippines? Philippines won it in 2015. They played out a 5-all draw earlier in the day. So very little between them. One mistake, perhaps. Philippines to receive from the restart. It's going to fall into space. Oh no, it's not. Nice anticipation and good catch there by Kimberla Mas. Oh, just caught. The Philippines are letting themselves down just a little bit with their passing, which is falling down in accuracy. And that time the pass was just a bit high and running at pace. Louise Berg couldn't haul it in. 7-0. Malaysia know they've got support there. This is Bird on the left-hand side, the loose head side of the scrum for the Philippines in the blue. They put the shove on. Malaysia do manage to hold the ball. Aziz, scrag to the ground. She does release it though. And a breakout comes. Ridwan close to the line. Turns it over nicely. This is better passing from Malaysia. Oh, spoke too soon. Ridwan, Christina Idris. No one close for the pass. Aziz finds Telejan. Now having a go around the outside and is forced into touch. Not quite. The ball is there and available. Turnover. Philippines have it. This is non-stop action. A dummy, a sidestep. Has she got the pace? Not enough pace to get away from the ambush tackle. Now this is where their passes need to be accurate. That they weren't, and there's been a whistle for a knock-on, is it? Gosh, that was really non-stop.
No, penalty, please. Please, back.
Outstanding tackle from Euphrasia, the halfback for Malaysia. She had too much pace. So we've got now the Philippines. Oh, no one in support. They might lose this ball. They will, I'm sure. No. Oh! The penalty sounds. Philippines now, what's their passing like? That's better. Oh, and again. Oh, that's high. Maybe this time from De Young. Too high and yellow card. Oh, in this vital match. Had a vital situation. I think there might have been a warning previously here. No, that was certainly too high. And she would have known that she's cost her team a player, and the Philippines, of course, have to take advantage of it. Salinas just driving on. She's got 4 defenders on her before she eventually is reluctantly hauled to the ground, which means there must be extra players out wide. The passing is accurate this time, and the defence is outstanding. Salis onto Ind, and there's the equaliser. They've taken advantage of being 7 on 6. Quickly turned around, and Bird was able to get there just. So 7 on 6. The scores are tied. No, Malaysia have. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. They in fact converted their try. That didn't come up in the first half. We never saw that on the coverage, so that's been a check later on. So it's 7-5 Malaysia, and is it 7-all? It's not from out in front. How costly is that? That should have been in there. Should have been 7-all. Yang still in the sin bin. She's standing on the side now. You can just see her headgear. Now there's a substitution. Oh, she's been no prisoners taken here. They've really given it everything. Talajan coming to the sideline. Here we go, ready to start. How long to go? A minute 30. 7-5 Malaysia have that advantage, and it should be 7-all. Goodness me, oh, mistake. Well, will that be costly or not? We'll find out. The red one goes back into midfield, and now she'll be asked to defend.
Okay, don't push up. Okay. Crouch.
I think they're back to 7 each. We'll see in the next time we have a big wide shot. Here we go. Philippines on attack once more. Oh, again the handling not good enough. Under pressure, Salis, who's been one of the better, more accurate players, she drops it, but it doesn't go forward. Mas. They're desperate to make sure those passes are taken. Desperate to hang on to the ball. 30 seconds to go. Breathe deeply. Here we are. Nice little feint. All feet are out. What's happened? The flag is out, and it's a penalty to Philippines. And the clock has stopped. Is this another high tackle? Referee and assistant referee confer. And it looks like another high tackle. Might be another card against Malaysia. There it goes.
Come. So it's purposely set your high tackle.
So Woodwan with 4 seconds on the clock. One arm high and one low, really. It's a bit rugged. Now here we go, Philippines. They're one player up. They haven't been accurate with their passing. Under pressure now, see what they can do. See what this Malaysian defence is like. It holds. Oh, wow. She got that illegally. And now we're into referee's time. They must go quickly here, Philippines. Get organised, get quickly organised. This is Angela Sa. Helena Ind. 15 metres out. Might be another penalty. No, it will be. No, it's been given the free to go, and now it's a turnover, a knock on, and the whistle will sound, and the crowd erupts here at the stadium. Malaysia have held on against the Philippines. After a 5-all draw earlier in the game, it's just as close this time. A conversion the difference, and it means plenty to Malaysia to win the bronze medal. 7-5. In front of a very vocal home crowd, the Malaysian team has overcome 2 yellow cards. And we're playing against the odds in numbers, but as a team they held out. They defended magnificently, and they've won this by 7-5 and the bronze medal.
Thank you.
Now we move on to the gold medal match for the women. It's Thailand, and their team have been very impressive throughout. And they're up against Singapore. The two teams which ran up quite a number of points earlier in the day. Singapore 29-5 against Laos. Here come the teams now, ready to go. Singapore in the red, of course. Thailand. Gold medal at stake. Everyone looking serious and stressed. All the work, all the training over months. Now we come to that final match. This is what it's all been for. The SEA Games gold medal is at stake here. Singapore with the start. Safely claimed. Danger runner for Thailand. Outstanding halfback at number 4. Well, thought that might have gone the other way with the runner cutting across in front of the ball carrier. But it has gone the way of Thailand. Might see the first try within the first minute, and we do. Thailand open it with a superb run down the left-hand touch. Like to watch that as often as they can. That was a very good start for Thailand, and just showing to Singapore exactly what they need to be aware of. But on the other hand, Singapore had some speedsters and some players who can thrust in midfield and create opportunities. They've also defended pretty well, but not here. 3 players go in to make the tackle. Thailand set it up. What have they got out to the right? They have numbers. Now movement back to the left. And another opportunity. And a brilliant opportunity. And all of a sudden, Thailand are away. 10-0. Singapore have hardly had their hands on the ball. They've done a lot of defending, but the pressure has told. 2 tries within 3 minutes for Thailand, and their start for their gold medal has been very impressive. So Singapore needs to regroup, take advantage of the receiving the kickoff, and start again. So here's the kickoff. Receive it well. No, and they don't. Vinia Yong knocks it forward, and so again the team in yellow have possession. And that was well held in a good pass back or offload to the support, but it was knocked forward. So Singapore have possession now. They're way inside their own 22, or inside their own half, but they have the players certainly capable of getting them back into this game. Not a good start for Singapore. Thailand, on the other hand, will be ecstatic. 2 tries, and they win it from the scrum as well. So against the head, Singapore's defence needs to regroup, needs to be sure. Might be feeling the pinch a bit after a long couple of days. They really need to be getting in and into the faces of the Thai players. Forward pass. Singapore beat Malaysia 22-0 in the semis, and Thailand scored 26 against the Philippines. Now Singapore, the rare opportunity in this first 5 minutes. Deadly tackling from Thailand. Now an opportunity. Oh, breakdown in communication. Did it go forward? It didn't, but Thailand have infringed. Very slow to her feet is Vinia Yong, number 2 there, really feeling the pinch there. She has the ball, and they're just kicking for touch here. Chance to breathe deeply, and recover from the knock.
Yeah, please.
6 minutes gone. Samantha Teo with the throw, and also she regains it. They're on the 22 though. They get another penalty and she goes quickly once more. No one close enough to take the pass, but now there is an opportunity for Lai Pusan to show her pace. Thailand cut them down. 6:35 gone, coming up to half time. Or 10-0. Gosh, Thailand had scored those 2 tries before the crowd had been comfortably seated. There's the hooter for the half. And that in fact is the whistle for half time. So a stunning start by Thailand. In the first 2 minutes they had scored 2 tries. From then on it's been very, very scrappy. But the onus now is on Singapore to get back into this game. So whatever the coaches say at half time, it's got to produce results. Singapore trailing Thailand by 10-0. Women's gold medal match.
Okay, mistake, only mistake. Okay, this is only decision making. Okay, but defense, one more set up, and then good practice. Okay, now okay, same again. Basketball. โอเคแล้วตอนนี้โอเคมากเลยนะครับแค่เราไม่ผิดพลาดเองเราผิดพลาดเล็กๆน้อยๆนะครับเห็นไหมเฮ้ยพี่บอกแล้วถ้าเราเล่นอย่างเนี้ยเราจะประสบความสำเร็จนะครับเราทำเดียวนั้นพี่ไม่บอกอะไรเลยเป้าหมายเราอยู่สูงเราทำเพื่อใครนะทำเพื่อใคร
In the final 2 years ago in Singapore, these 2 teams met, with Thailand winning by 39 points to 0. It really was very much one-sided. So seeing a much better contest this time. Philippines beat Malaysia in the playoff for 3rd and 4th 2 years ago, so that result has been reversed. Will this one be? It's up to Singapore now to get back into the match, be accurate, make the right decisions. So far the start to the second half has been good. Just testing the Thai defence. That was a well-timed pass, and another one. Great start here for Singapore, but Thailand were back quicker and have been able to turn the ball over to their advantage. And now it's up to Singapore to make the tackles. One more to be made. One more and it's missed. From stretching, having their defence stretched, to turning around and scoring at the other end. And that will be a real blow to Singapore, who started the second half strongly. They were being accurate, they made a good break, but then turning possession over, and all of a sudden they're 15-0 down, 17-0. Well, that makes the job a lot harder now for Singapore. and set up the break nicely. And drove away from their own goal line down to inside Thailand's 10-metre mark. They have to do it all over again. This time, this team in yellow is very efficient. They're clinical in their defence. They haven't conceded a try in this match. Might they here? Oh, a pass. It got to the target, but again the yellow defenders were back. Still with Singapore at 17-0 down. It's been a very good display by Thailand. They've really made the team in red have to work for every inch of ground that they've got. Kick into touch from the penalty made by Alvinia Yong. Change coming up for Thailand. Fresh legs onto the park.
Time on.
Taken the line out from Jane Yi. Centre field position, which is encouraging. Options left or right. They go right. Samantha almost through. Couldn't release the ball. It's been taken quickly by Chan Ya-yu. And she touches down for Singapore. And the conversion will be taken quickly because they can't afford to waste any time. They're down by 17-5 now. That was a good try here. Just set her sights and went for it. Thai defender didn't appear to be interested. Perhaps thinking comfortably ahead. Let's see. Oh, 17-5. Match restarts. That hasn't gone 10 metres. That's a mistake that Singapore didn't need to make. Thailand looking quite composed there. They understand, of course, that all the pressure is on Singapore to retain possession and score points. 17-5. Thailand haven't had much of the ball. They scored an early try in the second spell against the run of play. Better defending from Singapore, who regain the ball. Oh. That was me going, oh, and I did it with all the Singapore fans who are here. They were looking at that as an opportunity to put Thailand under the test. But this Thai team, very impressive, aren't they? Their accuracy has been good. They started so well. They came in with a mindset clearly of successfully defending this, proving that they're the best team. 2 early tries. Wouldn't think that was straight. That's 6 minutes and 19 gone now. Time has run out for Singapore. Thailand looking to successfully defend the title they won 2 years ago in Singapore, and they beat the same team. Mistake at the line out enables Thailand to surge forward almost to the 22. There's some hard work going on there. at the tackle. Quickly taken Singapore. Running away from her support though. Another one, not 10 metres. The hooter sounds. Big cheer goes up from the Thai supporters. 17-5. It's been a clinical display from Thailand. They've done it well. The last knock-on might be the end of the game. It's a penalty though to Singapore. They'll play this one out. Taken quickly. Finish with a flourish if they can. The Thai defence coming at them. No way through, and only once have they really breached this Thai defence. Look at this, a yellow card in referee's time at the end. So Thailand will finish with 6 players, but they will finish with the gold medal. 3 tries to 1. And they're not going to allow Singapore to score. Well, that's their intention. And it might not work. Oh, look away. Number 2 for Singapore. And just as I say, they're not going to let them get a try, they do. And Alvina Wong has gone in to score with Thailand down to 6 players. They're into the 2nd minute of extra time. And there it is. Nice breakout. Extra numbers. Well controlled overhead pass to Yong. And she scores. Singapore score. It's a much better result than they managed 2 years ago in the final when they lost by 39-0. Big improvement this time. Goal kicking not too good, but that doesn't matter in the end. A 17-10 victory, and the gold medal in the women's rugby 7 will go to Thailand. A stunning start really from the Thai team. 2 early tries. They led by 10-0 at half-time. They turned over possession. Singapore did after a promising start to the second half. And they looked as though they were going to score. And all of a sudden they turned around and the yellow shirt was going in under their own goalposts, and they were down 17-0. It was always hard work from there. And they managed 2 tries. But as they congratulate each other, the team with the biggest smile is the team in yellow. And they've won by 17-10. Gold medal Thailand. This is the Malaysian team, the home team. The crowd is expecting a victory here in this final of the men's 7s. Singapore, however, have other ideas. We have the men's final. This is the last event at Rugby 7s. Singapore in the red. The home team, Malaysia, who were in this position 2 years ago in Singapore when they were beaten by the Philippines. So it was silver medal for Malaysia 2 years ago. This time they're chasing the gold. Well, the coach, he must just be feeling like smiling here, because he knows this really is a home game. They've got everything going for them here. They beat Singapore 12-10 in round-robin play. That doesn't mean much, because they were both so impressive in their semi-final matches, registering 70 points each against their opponents. The gold medal match underway at Rugby Sevens, the 29th SEA Games. And what a brilliant burst out from Malaysia. Touchline did get there too quickly. Rasley just showing, look, he's strapped up like a racehorse. Bandages on his left elbow, his left thigh, left knee. But when you get to this stage, you give it your all. Good line out for Singapore. Deep passing, must be accurate therefore. Defensive Malaysia, my word, they swooped. And now they might swoop again. Oh, close. Hazwan thinks he's got it down. The referee confers with the assistant referee. I didn't see his signal. And it looks to me as if he's given the try. And Malaysia have started so well. Watch for the number 10 here. A great pickup from Hazwan. And he's got it down right in front of the assistant referee. Malaysia are up 5-0. Fantastic start for the home team. We'll see, get a different view of it here. We hack ahead.
Keep your boys behind you.
Enough to satisfy both the officials in that corner. 5-0. Restart. Nice and high. Not far enough though. So this means Singapore will get their hands on the ball from a good position at halfway. Malaysian defence moving up at pace. Oh, that's high, but he was ducking down. Let's see. Hardy, who had an outstanding previous game. You see the flag out. I think there'll be a yellow card here. No, it's a penalty. I think they're saying yes, he was slipping down, so give him the benefit of the doubt here. Jonathan Hong.
Advantage. Entry.
Nicely back for Tang. They're losing ground here. They're trying to consolidate. Looking to probe and go through. Wonderful run. What a bounce back from Singapore. Nicholas Yao. It looked as though there were yellow jerseys all around him and that he wouldn't be able to break free. They looked to be hanging in there like chewing gum, just hanging on to him, but he was able to break. And now they kick the goal, and Singapore's in front. Here it goes. Off the left foot, beats one tackle, goes around that player, and look, there were other yellow jerseys all around him, and he just held them off. That's a spectacular try. One down. beats another. Players coming at him from all directions. Malaysia won't be held back for long. This crowd spurring them on. Desperate tackle by the sweeper. Or if they go wide, it's dangerous out there. Was that forward? No, it's okay. What an electrifying match this has been so far. Khairul on the ground with the ball. It's coming back their way. Malaysia. In comes the swift defence from Singapore. Jinking feet from Tarmizi. Power to the line. No. Penalty to Malaysia. Again, looking for the big men to get up to the line. Surely Malaysia from this position, or will Singapore's defence thwart them? Here we go. In for the corner. Spectacular dive. Razli. He opened this game with a stunning run down the right-hand touch. And now, one of the best dives you'll see. Watch the finish here. Nice flick on, and then up he goes. The response has been instant from Malaysia. 10-7.
Let's go, Malaysia.
The crowd likes this. So too the touch judge. Might be a vital kick. Right from the sideline, the tip on there was very good. Tip on coming from Azwan, who scored the first try. Approaching half-time. Oh no, we've got the final here. Oh, it is just 7-minute halves. One more play though. Concentration required here. There it goes. Singapore have it on their own line. They're not going to risk it. And they put it out of play. silver for them last time. Defence up quickly. A change in tactic. A little kick through. Oh, not quite. First try. There was a substitute. Went forward. Dangerous runner as one. High scorer, Medalist. Players under pressure.
Let's go.
But I think it's almost in the middle of the game. Can go either left or right, it depends. Right. Ducono could have proved cost. Pace. Picking the ball up from the tackle was Aslan. Here we go. They get the ball. Accuracy. And a try. Azri. Crowd. It out now. He hasn't had enough of the ball. Nicholas Yao scored one try.
Time off.
Referee's looking serious.
Time's off. Scrum.
The ball going forward there. It was a stray foot came out, but it was nothing intentional. Clock shows 6 minutes and 31. Amir says, I'd be quite happy to be subbed off here. I want to be ready for the celebrations. And there will be plenty.
If you want to do something, you can do it now. Doesn't matter. You can do something now. Just bring them on. Bring them on. Time's off anyway.
And they do bring them on.
Time's off.
This is Safwan. And Rasley likes revving up the crowd.
Can we come closer? Max here. Max here. Thank you. Malaysia. Max here. Time back on. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Kaul
Stay on side.
rolls it in.
Balls out.
It's hacked away
Balls out.
by Azmi, the captain for Singapore. A deflated captain today because this team has just proved too good, and they're going to finish, are they, with a flourish that will thrill this crowd. It's been kneed on, not a knock on. They still have possession, a chance to finish it. 7 minutes up on the clock. Malaysia reaching for it. And they score right on full time. Azmi. Nobody left sitting in the stand. They're loving this performance by their gold medal winning Malaysian men's sevens team. It's enough to make grown men cry. There are players on their haunches all over the ground. They now get up. They've run themselves to standstills here. It's been a thrilling finale to the 2 days of competition. The conversion was irrelevant, really. Malaysia, with 4 tries in the match, have won the final by 22-7. They deservedly have won the gold medal here. And Singapore, throughout this tournament, have shaped as real gold medal contenders, but this time it's the silver. seen some of the highlights from the last session of the sevens here in Kuala Lumpur. The medal ceremonies will take place shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's rugby seven side. Please welcome to the podium, the Medalist.
2 days of sevens rugby has come to an end. 2 days of thrilling, entertaining rugby, and it finishes in front of a packed house here at the stadium in Kuala Lumpur.
The mascot and singing will be presented by Dunia Teramat Mulia Yang di-Pertuan Muda Terengganu, Tengku Muhammad Ismail Ibni Al-Matiqbillah Sultan Nizam Zainal Abidin.
Well, it's quite special when the country's leader is here to present medals. It's been a wonderful time. There was, of course, Malaysia were hoping that they would win this particular event and that they would win the gold medal. They were hoping for 2 medals here, and that's exactly what's been achieved. And it's been a fantastic few moments since the game finished, the last game, because the crowd has just stayed around. They've loved it. The atmosphere has been absolutely fantastic. And the squads from each of the nations which will be receiving medals are now lined up for the official presentation, first of all, of the women's medals, the gold, silver and bronze, to those who've got through to that stage. For the women, Thailand, Singapore and Malaysia.
Hadirin sekalian, pemenang tingkat youngster Malaysia, bronze medalist Malaysia.
A very proud moment for this team. Able to chat freely.
Semua first time main SEA Games.
First time ya? Bagus. Jam dia dah lama dah.
Betul.
Betul
Dengan kelas pun.
Kita kalah pada siapa?
Pada Singapura lagi.
Semi final. Good try. First time our team dapat bronze lagi. Makan daging lagi susu. Susah sikit badan. First time.
Third place and bronze medals to the team from Malaysia. Very tight match they had in the playoff against Philippines, winning just by 7 points to 5. Singapore now to receive their silver medals.
dan juara sugesti bagi acara rugby 7 wanita Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, medalist and SEA champion for women's rugby 7-side Thailand.
Now the team which won the gold medal by beating Singapore 17-10 in the final. The winners of the title for 2017, beating Singapore, the gold medal to the team from Thailand.
มันจะหลับกันถือนะใครรับแล้วก็มาถือ thank you มองแบบดีๆได้ป่ะลุงคนไทยจิมเตี้ยเขามองไม่เห็นมึงอ่ะพี่ถือพี่เสือก็มาถือพี่เสือมาพี่เสือเป็นถือ Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Kawan-kawan hadirin yang berbahagia sekalian, mohon berdiri bagi memberikan penghormatan kepada nyanyi lagu tutup pesanan Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Thailand.
Anthem of Thailand, and a very proud team standing there with their gold medals and mascots as champions of the Women's Rugby Sevens 2017.
Syahmas dan tahniah diucapkan kepada semua pemenang.
It's been an exhausting couple of days for these players, those who've started in every match, those who've come on as substitutes. You've seen some of the physical exertion that's been required in this competition, but they're all nice and relaxed now, particularly the champions of 2017, the team from Thailand. Now the men's medal presentation. Same nations represented, but in slightly different order as they march up to the podium.
The victory ceremony for the Rugby 7-side men's. Please welcome the Medalist.
Prime Minister Najib Razak is waiting to also present the medals for the men's. Without doubt it'll be one of his highlights of the day to issue gold medals around the necks of the men who are wearing his national colours. Kuala Lumpur, the hosts for the 2017, the 29th Southeast Asian Games. We saw the team from Thailand get very close to qualifying for the playoff for gold and silver. And here's just a little example of some of the injuries that have been suffered. But you don't want to miss out on the medal presentation if you can. I don't know how he'll get up there. He'll get assistance as he has throughout. And they all have from teammates. A team sport, sevens rugby. The first medals will be presented to the bronze medalists, a team from Thailand, which had a win against Philippines, the defending champions, in their playoff.
The mascot and Sydney will be presented by Dwi Yantara Mulia, Yang Dipertua Indah Terengganu, Tengku Muhammad Ismail Ibni Al-Watubila, Sultan Lisan Zainal Abidin. Accompanied by Tan Chuan Jin, President of Singapore National Olympic Council, Minister for Social and Family Development. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medalist, Thailand.
Prime Minister, resplendent in his Malaysian shirt, presents the bronze medals to the team from Thailand.
Silver medalist, Singapore.
It was an absorbing final. Malaysia against Singapore. 12-7 at half-time, but the team from Singapore could not improve on that situation, and they received the silver medal.
Later I give my medal to some kid like Sonny Bill.
Top performances from the likes of Nicholas Yao, who's scored a try in the end. Xavier Ducournau, Samuel Ko, others such as Hadi, Adam Vine, Kumar, all performing exceptionally well for the team from Singapore.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise!
Absolutely tremendous support here for the home team and the deserved champions of the Rugby Sevens here at the 29th SEA Games in Kuala Lumpur. The side captained by Azmi Zulkifli, winning the final convincingly in the end over Singapore. The champion team receiving their gold medals from the Prime Minister Najib Razak. The team representing Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Malaysia. Hari ini berdiri bagi memberi penghormatan kepada Hari Lagu Bangsa Malaysia, negara. Untitled Chapter kepada kesemua pemenang.
A selfie from the Prime Minister here. Oh yes. Prime Minister selfie with the gold medal team. Now leaves the stadium happy with this outcome. The home nation winning the gold medal in the men's, Thailand winning the women's gold medal, Singapore the silver in both events, Malaysia the bronze medal in the women's, and Thailand the bronze in the men. The 2017 Rugby Sevens at the Southeast Asian Games. The SEA Games continue in Kuala Lumpur.
Please only. Okay, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 39 SEA
Mày mới được từ xong kia là lại Sony Bill.